What's up, my YouTube family? Welcome back to the Gaming Brigade, and in today's video I want to talk about previous seasonal exotics, as I get a lot of questions from new and returning players wondering what is available, what isn't, so today I wanted to take a few minutes and answer some of your questions. Now, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well, and remember we are currently having a giveaway for an Xbox Series X. To enter, all you need to do is subscribe here or follow on Twitter, and the winner will be announced on July 4th of this year. So the main focus of this video, my friends, is to clear up any misconception there is out there of what is available in the general loot pool. Now, to be clear as we start off, and then actually if you want you can click off the video, I hope you don't, but to be very clear, every single exotic from every previous season is currently in the general loot pool. Now, what you're looking at here is the Seasonal 9 reward track for my PlayStation character. I'm only at season level 5, so again, I have a lot of farming to do. But the main reason I'm showing you this is due to the fact that many of you have reached out to the channel asking, well, what does the game mean when it says, it's going to permanently unlock Season 3 Prime Target Mission? Now, it also has that for seasons. I don't know why they do it out of order, but you can see here Season 2, then they go to Season 1, and finally at the end, you have Season 4. Now, to be clear, these prime target missions have nothing to do with the reward track from previous seasons or the exotics or items that were in those reward tracks. It just has to do with the ability to earn the skill variants that you missed out if you did not complete previous seasons. So to give you a quick example, and once again, this is for players who missed previous seasons, once you get to level 53 in this season, you'll have access to Barden Schaefer, which means once you take him out, you will then be given the Shrapnel Trap variant as a reward. And as you move forward to the other targets, you will then have the ability to take them out and receive those skill variants as well. I know Bailau does the Achilles Pulse. I can't remember what the other ones are, but again, it is definitely worth your time picking these up because there are some highly effective skill variants that you definitely want to make sure you can equip. Now, a little bit later in the video, I will go over some farming methods in regards to getting exotics and, previous seasonal rewards, things like that. But I want to highlight the fact that the character you're seeing on screen right now is my PlayStation character. You can see him at shade level 27, and I do have the Scorpio, and again, to be clear, I missed season 4 and this was a drop from the open world. So for this first part of the video, my friends, we're going to be focusing on the previous seasonal exotics. We'll get into some other rewards in a minute. Now, from season 1 we have the Coyote's Mask, season 2 is the Mantis Marksman Rifle and Biomask, season 3 was the Memento Backpack and the Backfire SMG, and season 4 was the Scorpio Shotgun and the Waveform Holster. Now, in addition to those, we also have 3 new exotics that were introduced with season 9. We have the Dread Edict, we have the Blue Screen LMG, and we have the Catharsis Mask. So to be abundantly clear, every single one of the exotics I just mentioned are in the general loot pool at this point. You do not need to unlock anything else in the game. And remember, my friends, that includes every item in the current seasonal reward track as well. So not just the exotics, but for instance, I currently have the Kingbreaker. Now that's a reward at level 80 in this current season, but I'm at level 5, so again, anything can drop at any time, including previous exotics. Now, as far as how you farm for these exotics, that's completely and totally up to you. I recommend hitting up Countdown because, as most of you know by now, it is one of the most efficient ways to farm for pretty much everything in the game because you get a ton of loot in a short amount of time. However, I have heard from some of you out there saying you haven't had the best luck getting exotics to drop in Countdown. Now, for me, that's been the case, but of course, as I'm playing, I wind up getting the Vile Mask, and again, that is a reward from the Seasonal 2 reward track, and once again, to be clear, I never played Season 2. Now, throughout the rest of the video, I'm going to be showing you some farming footage from my Xbox character, just showing you all the different ways you can farm for exotics in the game. I mean, you have missions, you have control points, you have bounties, you have just pretty much everything. So remember, they can drop at any time whatsoever, so keep your head on a swivel. And not only that, for those of you that do random matchmaking, you join a group, you jump in a mission, a control point, whatever it is, do not bail at the end of the mission, hang out for a minute, because a lot of the time people have stuff to share, and if you're gone, you may miss out on something. Now, one thing I hear at the channel a lot is people have an assumption when they unlock, let's say, the Barden Schaefer main mission, That also means you're going to unlock that old reward track as well, and that's not the case. So the only reward track you're going to see, which means the only items that are guaranteed as you progress through the season, are only going to be from the current season which we are now playing, which is Season 9. And I know for many of you out there it's frustrating because you're still on the hunt for the Memento, the Scorpio, and I get it, but the thing is, just keep farming, let people know what you're looking for, and hopefully you'll get it soon. Now, as far as every other gear set or brand set or named item from a previous season, all of those are in the current general loot pool, so you can definitely farm for them, you know. And one thing that's great about the game right now is that farming has never been easier in regards to ways you can get certain things. I mean, one example I can give is the Dark Winter SMG, because a lot of you out there are still trying to get that weapon, and the best thing about the game now is there are so many different ways to farm, like I said. So I mean, let's focus on Countdown. So in Countdown, you're facing hunters. They drop named items all the time, but in addition to that, whenever you clear a Countdown run, you're going to earn Countdown resources, and you can use those resources at the Countdown vendor where you can buy named caches, and named caches do have Dark Zone exclusives. So again, my friends, you have so many different ways to farm. This is definitely the time to jump back in. Finally, my friends, I want to talk about difficulty and directives, and starting off with difficulty, and most of you know this by now, but the higher the difficulty that you play at equals the better chance you're getting, you know, that higher quality loot. Now, when it comes to exotics and difficulty, you know, they can drop on any difficulty whatsoever, but again, as before, the higher the difficulty increases that chance as well. Now, when it comes to directives, directives do not have an impact of the quality of the type of weapon or item you're getting. It has to do with the quantity. So for instance, let's say you're in the summit and you have 4 directives and you have assault rifles as your targeted loot. What that means is when you have more directives active, it gives you a better chance of assault rifles dropping. So again, it has nothing to do with the quality of the rifles. It just means, let's say if an enemy drops 6 things, it means that there's a better chance that most of those items will be whatever your targeted loot is. With all that being said, my friends, I'm going to start to wrap this up. Now, I actually put out a farming video in regards to exotics a few weeks back. I'll leave that in the description down below. I'll leave a link to that video down below, and hopefully it'll help you out. And you know, as always, if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please let me know and I will get back to you as quick as I can. One final recommendation I want to pass along, and this is really for new and returning players, is do not allow yourself to get burnt out from this game, because it's really easy to do. And what I'm talking about is this. You know, I'll hear from someone saying, I tried floor 10 of the summit 40 times in a row and I wasn't able to get the bighorn. I was playing legendary and I spent like 4 hours doing this. And in my opinion, don't do that. It's going to make you crazy. Try one method, then try another, bounce back and forth, and like I said, just keep the grind going. You will get what you're looking for eventually. As always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your amazing support of this channel, and remind you, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well. But most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.